March 17th. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks, the door will be opened. Which one of you would hand his son a stone when he asks for a loaf of bread? Or a snake when he asks for a fish? If you then, who are wicked, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more your heavenly Father will give good things to those who ask him. Do to others what you would have them do to you. This is the law of the prophets." Perhaps the first question that comes to mind when we hear or read this passage from the Gospel of St. Matthew is that so many times in my life I've asked for things. I was in trouble, I was sick, I had failure, perhaps I was dismissed from my job, my parents died, my children got sick, and I prayed to God the prayer of petition, and he didn't answer me. He didn't save me from the brokenheartedness that I was experiencing. Or he didn't give me something I aspired to, that I really wanted in life. And so how can this be true? What Jesus is saying now. But let us look at the life of Jesus as he lived in this world. Just yesterday we were talking about the evil generation that rejected him. And we know, as we live this season, liturgical season of Lent, that it will culminate in his death on the cross, tortured in a most diabolical way. And we know that during the agony in the garden, Jesus was praying to his Father the prayer of petition. He realized what the next day would offer. He would be arrested, given a trial, which was illegal and perverted, and then the next day he would be whipped, crowned with thorns, and nailed to a cross, and die a horrible death. "Father, take this cross from me." But then Jesus said, "But not my will, but yours be done." Jesus became a member of a human family and lived in this life and experienced the evils that the world offers in order to show us how to respond, not only by what he said, but by what he did. And so we find the answer to the prayer of petition in Jesus' own life. Take this burden from me, but not my will, but yours be done. And so Jesus accepted what was the terrible cross that he would carry and be nailed to and die on. But that was not the end of the story, and that's what we have to understand in this passage from the Gospel of St. Matthew. Why? Because Jesus overcame his enemies by his loving forgiveness. Jesus overcame the suffering that he underwent. He defeated the forces of evil and death itself. But he had to wait to Easter Sunday to experience how his loving Father took care of him and answered his petition. And so in our life of faith, we can receive answers and surprises which overwhelm us as we petition God for blessings. The blessings can come in abundance, or maybe not. But there's one blessing that we can receive if we have a deep Christian faith. We can receive Jesus in Holy Communion. We can listen to Jesus as we reflect, contemplate his presence in the Scriptures. We can see Jesus in the good things that are done to us from those who love us. It is this perception that tells us eventually the forces of good will overcome the forces of evil, and that all the difficulties and trials, tests, and all the suffering that we have in this world will ultimately lead to heaven, to be with Jesus forever, if we continue to respond to his love as he reveals it concretely in our daily lives. So keep praying to God, not just to get rid of the evils that are afflicting us, but pray to God as your fundamental petition that you will never betray him, because he will never betray you.